Hello, hello, hello. How is everyone doing? It is me, Crunk Chocolate, and welcome to Breaking Bread. What is Breaking Bread? It is a show where I break verbal bread with a quote unquote enemy. I'll be here having a wonderful conversation with a wonderful guest who's representing Manchester City's upcoming opponent. And today we got a good friend here to talk Crystal Palace. You know they're not doing great, and I love seeing them soar. Pun intended. And I I needed someone here that I knew I could ask, "What's going on?" Without maybe he'd be able to give me his truth opinions and maybe not get too offended if I send a little jab his way a little bit. Actually, I can't because we just got done with our own little slump. And who am I to talk about anybody's off form? But Shady Gang, please give it up for Rich. How you doing, my guy?
I'm good, I'm good. Life's good, can't complain overseas in the UK. The weather's rubbish though. Um, but yeah, we're here to talk Palace, and yeah, it's not been the best of starts at all. But hey,
Yeah,
appreciate the invite as always.
of course, of course. I live in the Midwest. The weather here has been shite as well. Like it's not great. It is very cold. Let me see the 10. Let's see. Oh no, I think I need it the other way around. Hold on.
Yeah, let's work with the Celsius, not the Fahrenheit.
uh, it's just like, oh man, back and forth. Yeah, so it is negative 12 degrees Celsius where I am right now.
Minus 12 degrees Celsius.
Yes, it is. So in Fahrenheit, it's 10 degrees where I am.
All right, let me not complain about my rain and that.
You thought I was joking.
Yes,
You're just like, no,
crazy.
it's aggressively cold. I go outside and I'm just attacked by the cold. So yeah, just bundled gloves, coats, like just everything. Yeah, I don't know why I'm here, but I am. But let's start off our conversation about Crystal Palace with something light, simple. Say there is someone who is interested in becoming a fan of the Premier League and they're just chatting with people. What would be your elevator pitch? Like a 30-second, basically, explanation as to what makes Crystal Palace a great place to support.
Well, we're one of the probably the most diverse clubs in the Premier League. If you ever come down, you're gonna see fans of all race, religions, ethnicity, sexuality, whatever it may be. We're probably the most diverse club, and we're just authentic. We're just us. You know what I mean? Like, we don't have a massive stadium. We don't have like background music sounds to make there seem like there's atmosphere or anything like that. What you see from us is what you get. So yeah, we're just real. We're just real South Londoners.
And shout out to a good friend of mine, Kenny. I befriended him forever ago when I moved to this city, and I've stayed friends with him. But randomly in conversation, I must have been wearing a city gear or something like that. But he was just like, I support Crystal Palace, and we got into the random conversations in this area. I do remember growing up on TV. For some reason, Tottenham and Crystal Palace was shown a lot, and he grew up in a state above me, but in that state, I guess Crystal Palace games were shown a lot on TV, and that's how he became a Crystal Palace fan, and he's still a Crystal Palace fan.
Good on him.
Started going to shout out to Ben River. It's a local brewery that is opening up on the weekends now to show football matches. and he came through for a couple of them. And for him, it's like a 30-minute drive, but also there's no place that's open unless you want to go into this like grocery store, restaurant, bar combination place. It's called Hy-Vee.
Right.
So that's like the only place that would be open because they're serving breakfast. And yeah, well, it's nice to be able to drink beer, watch football with other soccer people. Like that's been very nice. I feel like it's another step closer for me to just the normalized experience that you guys get all the time, which I'm very jealous of. Oh, well, but I say all that to because he's also a very nice human being, and he's not a frills type of person either. You get what you get with him, which is
Yeah.
a great human being, and it's always been loved with Crystal Palace. Have we ever talked about Zaha and like that whole situation? And were you?
Yeah, we did the last time around. Yeah.
Yes. Okay.
Stuff.
Cool.
But
When I was asking it, I was then my brain started playing it. It was just it just bums me out because if they were able to, offload him to Real Madrid at that time, you do wonder like what could they have done with that money at that time, but also who cares about the money? It's Crystal Palace, he's a fucking legend, and all that other stuff, and so it's yeah, I want to see you guys soar, but we'll get into everything now because this is our first time facing Crystal Palace this season, so I haven't had a chance to really hear from Palace fans' perspective about the transfers and what they made, the movements they've made, who they brought in, and it's obviously not much, but you're able to Olise going to Bayern, which I'm sure that hurt because he is a star, and I mean you're seeing it at Bayern right now. But bringing in Nketiah, I'm very intrigued to hear how you feel about him because he is much maligned in Arsenal, and so I'd assume it's going to keep the energy. Similarly, he's not moving too far also. So yeah, let's hear a little bit of your thoughts on. I guess let's start on the incomings with like Nketiah. Really, I mean, is there anybody else that what came in that you were?
Yeah. So our window. The thing is, we our board does this thing where they will sign a player like very early, and we're thinking, great, keep signing players, so that at least then they're ready for the season. And then we don't. So I think we got Chadi Riyad in first from Robertes, and then we got Daichi Kamada like a couple weeks after on a free transfer. And then our remaining signings, which were Matt Lacroix, Eddie Nketiah, Trevor Chalobah on loan, Matt Turner on loan, they all were done like a day or two before the window closed. And that's when you're already 4 games into the season. With Eddie, obviously, as a fan base, we were thinking, great, we've got another striker to compete with Mateta. The problem is, Glasner's been playing him as one of the wide forwards. That's not his position, so he's definitely not been able to play well. He's not played as well as we had hoped. A lot of fans have given up on him already. I've not, because I know that like give him a run of games up front, and he'll deliver. But you can't drop Mateta at the moment, so he's just gonna have to work hard, and hopefully by this time. Daichi Kamada has not been good as well, but once again, he's not played in his favourite position because he plays in the Eze position. He's only played there once. So he plays centre midfield on the right hand side, and it's not natural to him. So we've had a lot of mishmash. We've had a lot of injuries as well, which hasn't helped proceedings. But our board set us to fail at the start of the season, and this is bear in mind. We had about 7 or 8 players who had made international tournament finals. So we had 4 representing England who went to the Euro finals.
Yeah.
We had 2 for Colombia who made the Copa America final, and Mateta made it to the Olympic final with France. you know, and Glasner had to kind of rush them back because we were so short.
Mm.
You know, players, I think Mateta didn't even get a break at the time. He went straight for the leg, straight to preseason, one preseason game, and then start the season. So yeah, obviously losing Elise was tough. That was very tough. I think if you asked the whole fan base if they were to ask if to lose Ebbs or Elise, everyone said, "Listen, keep Elise, lose Ebbs."
Yeah.
You know, we were kind of hoping maybe Michael will give us one more year. You know, and Ebbs goes this year, and then Michael can go to wherever he wants the following season. But then there's the stuff I said. I'm glad he's doing well. We lost Jordan Ayew, Joachim Anderson, and Edward on loan. And it's mad because we're sitting here saying like we really miss Jordan Ayew. No, I'm being for real. It's just what he
are, though, but
it's what he offers. You know what I mean? So yeah, that's where we're at right now. I think the board didn't help us whatsoever going forward, and yeah, I think the only signing that I would say that's really hit the ground running. Actually, to be fair, too, Maxence Lacroix, who has been fantastic at the back, and Ismail Stars starting to pick up form now. You know, so
yeah. And I'm happy for Sarr because he's one of those guys that he burst on the scene young, but he never really did much with any of that. So I'm happy that I'm hoping that he's able to kind of figure out his stuff. I mean, Iwobi right now is balling out for Fulham, and he's been there for a while, and something seems to be clicking for him now. I mean, you never really can say when a player plays the best of their career. I mean, obviously, someone would like to start at their youth and ride that as much as possible, but just get their players playing at their best football with Crystal Palace sitting in 17th. The only way is up, right?
Hopefully. Hopefully. It's crazy because we've actually only lost one game in 7 in all competitions. You know? I think the problem is we've drawn too many as well. And if you want to ask how the games have been going, we start slowly, we get lucky not to concede, then we miss a whole heap of chances. And that's pretty much how the game goes, you know. So if we're taking a lot more of our chances, we'll be in the top half of the table, you know. But if you don't take your chances, we deserve to be where we are.
And in getting a little ahead of myself, but this is also, it's not in the docket, so it's fine. If you look at your schedule, really, I mean, it's a tough. It would have been tough. I mean, you have Man City and Arsenal, but you play Arsenal back to back in the Carabao and then in the Premier League, 2 games in 3 days. Okay, so actually, this is intriguing. How do you expect Glasner to play Arsenal in the Carabao? Because this will probably be the closest that you'll get with Arsenal. Might bulk a lineup. He might give they're not the strongest lineup possible. But Crystal Palace isn't in the position to really like prioritize one or over the other, but also Carabao is a good chance for a trophy. But then you have a game 3 days later. It's a conundrum of a match. So what are you expecting to see from
it? I think we'll go all out for both. That's just Glasner's mentality. And we'll probably end up getting battered in both. But it is what it is. You know what I mean? Like Glasner doesn't he doesn't do this thing of I'm not trying to win a game.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he is trying to win every game of football that he plays. You know, which is credit to him, massive credit to him. And like I said, one defeat in 7, which was the Fulham game. You know, but we've picked up points against. I mean, since Tottenham, we beat Tottenham. We've like drew with Villa, beat Villa in the cup. Drew with Wolves, lost to Fulham. Sorry. Drew with Newcastle, beat Ipswich. You know, so we've picked up some decent points in the last couple of games. You know, but we needed to because, like you said, that run. Obviously, we've got you Saturday. Then we're away to Brighton. Then we've got the 2 Arsenal games. So that's 4 games, 1 in the cup, 3 in the league, where we can end up with 0 points. So it's a good thing that we've got ourselves out of the relegation zone for now. And we just have to hope that 1, we can pick up some points here or there, and 2, the teams around us don't pick up too many. But then after that hard run, then it's like Bournemouth and Boxing Day, and then Southampton, where it's like, okay, could we get another 4 to 6 points in those 2? And then the January window, transfer window opens, and that's the big key there. That's the big key.
Okay. I mean, we are talking. Are you expecting to make? Okay. Actually, I'm gonna be a little selfish because Man City are in a down place. We need players, and there is a certain player from Crystal Palace that just keeps popping up. And I don't know how you feel, what you're hearing, what are you thinking? But Adam Wharton, like, you would think he's a player you would want to try to fight tooth and nail to keep.
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like his name is being mentioned too much if there wasn't some not truth to it, but a possibility.
Yeah, the Adam Wharton one's really interesting because I think there was even just like very mild rumors regarding Arsenal as well, and Chelsea. So, but I think the City one has got a lot of legs, and I think mainly because of the Rodri injury. City need to replace Rodri. Not replace, but like have someone who's adequate enough to play in that position. When Rodri doesn't play, City don't look themselves. It's so interesting to see. Look, if he goes, what can we do? Really, an opportunity to play for the champions, to play Champions League football, and that would be the most that would be the most glow up of years, because we signed him from Blackburn last January.
Oh wow!
And give it a year. He could. I'm not saying he is going to City in January, but imagine if he did. Yes. From Blackburn to Man City in 1 year. It's crazy. Yeah. I guess if he does go, we've got to, like, if Mateus Nunes is costing you 70 million, Adam Wharton needs to be about 90.
Yeah, and that was going to be my next question, is the price is 90. And I mean, he's young. There's tons of promise in him. I completely understand. And I'm not the billionaire over there spending the money. So I say, pay it, make it rain, do whatever you got to do. There's also, I'm seeing Newcastle fans talking about, hey, I actually think he could be, Bruno G could be leaving to Man City. Those are 2 huge movements, and I've been begging City to kind of flex who they are for a while. I think that's too much flexing, especially with 115 looming and everything. Everybody's City, we all for years have been saying nothing's gonna happen. We believe in our innocence, our blah blah, whatever we decide to say, but you still don't want to spend all that money and potentially end up not in the Premier League in 2 seasons, because we get killed, there'd be more, blah, blah, blah. So any of it wouldn't happen until the 25-26 season, possibly the 26-27 season anyway. Oh, goodness. But yeah, I would like him. He seems very talented. I think Pep would be able to mold him. Lots of energy, which is kind of what we need. And he's not a small guy. Yeah, and he's young, so he's gonna fill. You would like to believe that he's gonna fill out some.
Yeah.
90 million, and man, that's tough. Like, does Wharton's absence fill any space for players that you have right now that you were saying earlier is playing out of position? Would that help anybody, or would that money go somewhere else that could take some of those players out of?
Yeah, I think we've got enough cover in that position anyway. Because as it stands, our 4 centre midfielders are Adam Wharton, Chet Doucouré, Jefferson Lerma, and Will Hughes. Now, Will Hughes has been fantastic for us this season, and Doucouré is just getting back into full fitness. So let's just say Wharton did leave. Those 2 are starting 2 midfielders anyway, if he left. And then we could have Lerma, and if we wanted to bring David Ozil back from his loan from Derby, I don't think centre mid's ever really been an issue for us. But if we could take 90 million and invest that properly, we are looking at two specific positions for January, which are left wing back. So we can get competition for Tarek Mitchell and also an attacker. And there's so much talk about Ryan Shirky from Lyon, who we wanted to get in the summer. So fingers crossed we were able to get that over the line because he's only 21 and my God, is this kid talented. You know, but then once again, I'm hearing there's other teams banding around, you know, wanting him as well. So I'm just hoping that's something we can get done ASAP where it's like, boom, January 1st, he signed. You know what I mean?
No, I'm with you. I'm hoping, I'm praying that Man City are behind the scenes handling things. So when January 1st comes, it's announced, the players in the physical, the Man City social media team has all their videos that they always do. The smiling when cheeky, the signing them name on a digital screen, all those typical things. Just get these players in, let Pep see them as much as possible. And I don't think City even need many moves. 1-2 players would be great. And Adam Wharton, and especially being able to bring in players in the Premier League, that would be even better. I know people might feel a way about that, but Crystal Palace could definitely use that money. I mean, anybody could use 90 million. Like, who am I kidding? And then, you know, and if we help out Newcastle, all they keep talking about is money, PSR. So they definitely need that money. Yeah, I'd be intrigued. Yeah, I'm hoping for it. And since you don't seem too hurt about it, I mean, bring him in then. Good.
I wouldn't say I'm not too hurt about it. I'm just saying for 90 million.
I don't care.
I'm saying for 90 million, like we've got cover.
That's fair. The ROI is off the charts. Yeah.
But we also got to think about the fact that, look, if we do lose him, and what if he's pivotal for us staying up? So we've got to try and balance this out. You know, it's similar with Mark Gay. That at first I was thinking, oh, maybe we have to sell him in January because we don't want him to leave in the summer and go for very cheap. But we can't afford to lose Mark Gay now because we're defending well. You know, not conceding many chances, and we like I said, we don't want to go down. So we might have just bite the bullet on some of the financial side to it to stay in the Prem and then see how the summer goes.
And hold on, who are y'all below in the Premier? Yeah, or above? Ipswich and Wolves.
Ipswich, Wolves, Southampton, Everton.
Yeah, you're fine. So you should be fine. Like, obviously anything's possible, but Ipswich, Wolves, I think you're good. Even Leicester City, Everton, I think. West Ham, they look dreadful, bro. There just seems to be something missing because I when Crystal Palace plays, I like watching y'all, and there's just something missing. You can, like, the football you're playing, it look like this is what a Premier League team should play, and there's just something missing. Something's off. And it's a long season. You have plenty of time to figure that out and get very far away from relegation station.
Absolutely.
Okay, well, next topic. Let's talk Oliver Glasner because, again, as I said, when I see him play, it looks like it makes sense. He looks like he's teaching tactics and the players are playing better. But then you're not winning the games. It's draws. It's something seems to be missing. How are people feeling about Glasner? Because even when you said, hey, he's going to play his football no matter what, that can be grating to some people. And also there was once upon a time Crystal Palace left their old guy, brought in somebody, and then went back to the old guy. And now you're once again trying to spread your wings and try a more attacking focused football, but it's rough. How is the fan base been handling all of this?
You know what? I must admit there was some. I'm going to say some. There was some um, of the fan base that were like Glasner out. You know, some were like, "Oh, maybe have to give it to the Wolves game." Then some started saying, "Oh, actually, if we lose to Ipswich, you know." The majority of us obviously stuck by him because we knew that the window was rubbish. You know, we knew that Glasner didn't get the players he wanted at the time he wanted. You know, but like I said, we're starting to show something about us. We're starting to show that now. We're starting to pick up some vital points. You know, that win against Ipswich. Listen, they drew with Man United there. They beat Spurs. You know, so beating them, it was massive, massive. You know, points. And like I said, especially because our next three Prem games are tough. You know, if we can get 3 draws out of that, my goodness me, I'm going to be over the moon. You know, I will be over the moon. So, yeah, we just have to try and fight hard. But now I'm happy with the gaffer, regardless. And if we can back him properly in January, I think we'll kick on. If we don't, I think he'll walk.
Oh, you think he will walk before you all let him go?
Yeah, if he's not backed properly, that will be 2 windows where he's not going to be happy with the backing. And he'll walk. He'll be like, what's the point of this? I'm gone.
Hey, and shout out to the homie, Toffee Blue Cast.
Yes. Top guys.
Yes. Very. Oh man, wow. I'm intrigued about that because I mean the way Glasner was in there celebrating with everybody in that last.
But he loves the club. I can see he loves the club.
Okay.
Honestly, because even when you think about that Newcastle game, we should have won. We had 16 shots. Like they had some off the line, missed chances, the whole lot. You know, they had 1 shot off target because the own goal doesn't count as a shot. You know? Daniel Munoz missed an open goal, and obviously redemption by scoring ahead. And I'm sure Glasgow was like, finally, because that's summed up our season. Missed chances time and time again. But,
yeah, that's tough. What can you do? All right, well, I guess fans understand what he's doing. You're supporting him. He obviously cares about the club. It's just, what will the board do? That's unfortunate as a fan base because like you're doing your part as like supporting the club. You're seeing the players play and the managers trying to do their thing, and it's like now you're at the whim of millionaires, billionaires, like people holding on to money. And it's just like, hey, Crystal Palace, y'all aren't asking for like giant movement, you know. It's just like, can we just get players that can play in their actual positions, please?
That's all we ask. That is all we ask. We know we're not a club that's going to spend stupid amounts. That's not us, you know. But if you're going to sign them, sign who the manager wants. Sign them quick. Don't wait till the last day of the transfer window because you want to like grab a bargain and stuff. Yes, it's a bargain, fantastic, yeah, but it might not be the right bargain. So
that's fair. Well, let's look at the match coming up, and who will pick a player from each, I guess, level. Pick a defender, a midfielder, and an attacker who at Crystal Palace at the moment is in form.
So centre back, I'll say Maxence Lacroix. He's been absolutely solid for us at the back. Really, really good. Physical, with some great tackles. He can pass out the back. Lots of pace. So I'll say him. Like I said earlier, Will Hughes, I think, has been fantastic for us. And that's me saying Will Hughes over like a Chet Decore and Adam Wharton, Jefferson Lerma. Hughes has been that guy. He's been sensational. And up top, I'm torn between Mateta and Sarr. Because Mateta's got 4 goals for us this season. But Sarr, as like the last 3-4 games, has been pivotal to a lot we've been doing. So I'm going to say it's Melissa.
Okay. And I mean, yeah, it's at London. Going to Crystal Palace. It's always tough. Ew, it's always tough, y'all. They're gonna make this match ugly. What I will say is yesterday was the first time. Well, first off, it was the first time since before Halloween that Man City had won in the Premier League. Well, that's already insane in itself.
Can I just say something? I am so happy you won.
Cheers. I appreciate that.
because it is so Crystal Palace that if you hadn't won, we will be the ones that make you break your duck. So it's out the way.
Oh yeah, so they might have.
Hopefully we can just focus on the game.
Yes. No,
and
that's
not being the team that City beat after 8 games.
Man, it was so. I had no idea how to feel. I was just like, wow, this team, they're retaining possession. Wow, they're not looking scared on counters. Wow, this is super exciting. Is this the team that I saw right before Rodri crumpled to the pit on the floor? Oh my gosh.
But you're very lucky with Chris Wood. Big chance.
See, and what I'll say is we say lucky, but and I know Chris Wood, he scores bangers, but also come on now, it's Chris Wood. Come on now.
He's on fire this year, and
he is. But in the end,
he's got to at least hit the target. Like make the keeper.
Yeah, oh yeah, and he just what I said is his whole thing is he loves scoring just like bangers, like just undeniable goals, and he got too smart there. That's not what Chris Wood does. He just comes in and but also looking at Ortega's positioning, he was in a really good spot. But I was kind of shocked. I just expected him to just bang it right corner, just right past Ortega. There was nothing he could do about it. You know, it's Chris Wood. He's a fucking monster of a human being. Okay, starting 11. Who are you expecting to see on the pitch for Crystal Palace?
I'm not expecting any changes, to be honest.
So
that'll be Dean Henderson in goal, the back three of Gehi, Lacroix, and Chalobah. Wingbacks will be Mitchell and Munoz. 2 centre mid, Decore and Hughes. The 2 inside 10s will be Eze and Sarr, and up front Mateta.
Munoz is a little shit, bro.
We love him.
Yeah, I bet. And honestly, I like him too, but it's just like watching the game, I'm like, oh man, he's gonna piss me off tomorrow or this weekend. I already know. Just like the way he gets away with a lot too. Like I feel like some of the fouls I see, I mean, he gets carded, so I shouldn't say he gets away with a lot, but he definitely does some stuff, and I'm just like, oh, okay, a little dark magic. I like it. Again, I like it watching when he's not playing my team. This weekend, I'm gonna probably scream so many expletives at him. And yeah, if Pep can, I hope he keeps everything the same as Nottingham. Well, Ake pulled up lame, so he probably will not start. And Kyle Walker came in, and that kind of bummed me out. Shout out to the homie Dylan Meehan. We just talked earlier this week, and he basically what he had hoped is what happened in this match. Hope we go back to just like the 3 center back line, and then Vardial can push up. And we saw Diaz. He was over in the right wing at moments. The team got really weird in the most beautiful way. I will be intrigued to see how he does his thing that way, especially Kyle Walker. Yeah, his speed, whatever, but I think he gives to, at least this season, he's been purposely giving people like leads and space, trying to make them think that they're open, and he uses his speed to catch up, but it hasn't been working like it has in previous seasons. Yeah. I just wish he would shut the defenders down or the attackers down.
He's not good.
No, so if he starts, that will be your best chance, is on that side, on the left, his right. then I will worry. Wait, who plays on the left for y'all? Out on the left, who did you hit?
Eze.
Oh yeah, no, we're in trouble. Luckily,
I'm hoping so. I'm just hoping Eze could just have his dribbling attributes.
Yeah, I mean he's not a burner per se. He's not like a really fast person, but he is very good on the ball. He glides. Big fan of him. There were a lot of people at City who very much wanted Eze, and I was just like, no, Eze. But we're not. And then I wanted Musiala. Like they're never getting any of the players that I want them to get. Typical City. God damn it. All right. Well, let's get out of here with how do you see the match going and a score prediction, if you don't mind.
How do I see the game going? I see us defending for our lives and hoping to hit you in the counter attack. That's how I see it going. Honestly, I'm gonna go 2-1 City.
I'll take that. Again, as long as we don't lose, especially like we won 3-0, which I wasn't expecting a clean sheet, and I will not dare to try to do back-to-back clean sheets. That's not what I'm going to say. I definitely think we'll give up a goal. I mean, we're away. Like, who the hell would I say? And I would like to say 3 goals, but yeah, we'll be lucky if we get the 2. I like 2-1. I'm actually going to say a 1-1 draw. If we win, I'm going to be very – and once the starting 11s come out, who knows? Maybe my things will change. But if Kyle Walker's starting, we're definitely giving up at least a goal. And it's just if we can score more.
Make sure he starts then, please.
I'll talk to my people and see what I can do. Oh, man. Okay, well, brother, please plug yourself. Let people know where they can find you and point their other Crystal Palace friends towards you.
I appreciate this once again. Eagle Eye Football on YouTube. Type in Eagle Eye Football on any of the socials. You'll find us. Predominantly on YouTube, though. We'll have fan cams outside the stadium after the City game, so they'll be out Saturday evening. Away days, we try to do vlogs. We do match previews, match reactions. A lot. And we've had a few women's watch-alongs and women's coverage as well this season. Obviously, our first year in the WSL. So, yeah, we try to cover everything Palace. So come check us out.
Love it. All right, Shady Gang. We will be back. Well, technically, if you're listening now, I'm going to get this episode out as quickly as possible. 7 p.m. Central. So in a few hours, will be our lit stream where we bring on 3 guests on one at a time. And, we just talk a little football. And yeah, some more stuff will be out. Stay tuned. Pay attention. We appreciate you. Like the video. If you're listening to this on podcast, rate, review, 5 stars, or what's the point? You know the vibes. Shady Gang, Shady Gang.